In this video, I'm going to categorize transactions for August. I'm going to update my August financial statements and update my Debt Snowball Spreadsheet because we have things to update. This is an update video. Alright, so we're going to start with categorizing the rest of transactions for August. YNAB has been trying to be a little smartass in some ways, auto-categorizing stuff, so we have to undo a little bit of that to make sure that the truth is within these documents. So I'm going to start actually with the staging this time. Staging. I haven't started with staging before. I've always started with the bottom. But we're going to start with staging this time. Just work our way up from the bottom. First one we got is a payment to the Bank of America Visa card as a match transaction. Next, same thing. Payment to the other Bank of America Better Balance MasterCard. Okay. Then we have a payment to the Discover IT 5% card. That's great. $5.50. Prepare it there for the balance transfer that we did. I've got a fruit fly problem. There's a million fruit flies. There's a million fruit flies in my room. It's really annoying. All right, here's my paycheck. Okay, that's good. Inflow to be budgeted. Now this is a payment to Discover Miles. That looks about right. And these three are not transfers to Discover Miles. These are, I categorized one transaction as a transfer into the Discover Miles account. Remember, I think it was the one where I had the check for the balance that I had. Can't remember where it was, but it was a transfer from this account to that account. I think it was $35 or something like that. Yeah, right here, right? I made this transaction as a transfer, and then YNAB was like, "Oh, that means that every check deposited into the staging account is going to be transferred to the Discover Miles." So no, that's not true, and it's I know that it's meant to be a feature, but it's not a feature. It's a detriment to YNAB as a product. So we're going to have to just manually recategorize these. And I don't know what the payee is because the payee, these are checks that I deposited. So I got a check back. This is from my car insurance company. When I canceled the insurance, I got the refund for the amount of insurance that I didn't use, basically, for the month that I paid into. So the transfer from, it's not a transfer, but it's going to be, I guess this is going to be from Allstate. Or what car insurance company did I have? Progressive Insurance. So that's the payee, and it's a transport fee, right? Because it's a refund of the insurance that I just paid. All right, these two are birthday money gifts, which I waited a while to deposit into my account. I just let the check sit there for a while, and then I deposited them this month. Personal checks have a expiration date. If you try and deposit it, I think it is 6 months, unless they've changed it after the date it was written. It becomes invalid and you can no longer deposit it. So I deposited them within the 6 months. This is payee. Who should we put as the payee? Well, it's my aunt, so I'm put my aunt as the payee, and the category is I could put it as inflow, but what I really want to do, since it's not a taxable type of income, is put it as a cash flow tracking type of thing. So it can be cash back. That's not cash back. It's not really savings. It's not liquidation. So we're going to have to add a category here. Cash flow tracking. Cash flow tracking is soon going to have more categories than my actual budget. So for the category name, for now, I'm just going to call it gifts, because I don't have anything better to call it. Okay, and this is the same thing. This is not a transfer, YNAB. And this is going to be gifts. See, now it does it automatically. Now what I'm going to do is highlight this and go to my budget options, manage payees, and delete all this automatic renaming rules there. So that's not going to happen again. I guess I should do it for this one as well, manage payees. Alright, well, it's done already. is done. Okay, cool. So now we can go on. All right, so this is a payment. I paid off the balance of my Chase credit card after I did the balance transfer to the Discover. I just went ahead and paid it off. So we're also going to have to go update the debt roll-up spreadsheet that we're keeping there to update the debt-free date one more time. This is a transfer to, come on, transfer to Chase SR. There we go. Why does it need a category? It's a transfer. It's a payment too. Can I not click this? What's going on here, guys? Shouldn't need a category. Alright, how about this one? Is this one gonna work? Alright, nothing's working, so we'll just have to refresh it. Okay, so let's try again. This is a transfer to Chase SR. Come on, there we go. Okay, it's working now. And I believe this is a transfer to the new card that I got, the Barclays card. Or maybe not, maybe it is to the arrival card. Yep, there it is. So this is a transfer from staging. While we're here, might as well make this what it is, groceries. Then we'll go back to the staging. This one is linked, is matched. So this is also a card member or a credit card payment. So I'll wait on that one and do the rest of them here. Oh, here it is. All right. Transfer from staging. And then I can go back into staging, and this is going to be linked, approved. Perfect. There we go. Okay. This is a payment from staging that was linked. We saw that one before. So that's all good. All good and dandy. So now we have a couple of transactions here. Now this is a mistake that I made when I was buying something on Amazon. As you can see, the rest of this card has been pretty much transfers from the reimbursable expenses. I went into Amazon to buy some, what did I buy? Some supplements and some protein powder. So it's not a work transaction. This is an actual transaction for me. So, okay, add a little bit of complication. I've been using my Chase SR and Amazon cards for work now. So it's been a little bit confusing, but it's been manageable. And the thing that I showed you guys last time, the Sapphire Reserves have these pay with points, and you get 1.5x credit if you buy stuff from grocery stores or from hardware stores, for example. So this is the redemption credit here is an example of that. It's so it's cash back, right? Right. So this is cash back for I went to Whole Foods. So I went to Whole Foods to buy something for work. But since Whole Foods is a grocery store, then I can claim the cash back for that transaction, and there we go. So cool. It's like a double whammy. And this is cash back. It's not going to be a transfer from anything else or anything other things, right? Because I'm it's not like cash back. If you get cash back for something that's not free money exactly, I view that as like a transfer from an account, right? I still want to be tracking. Like, let's say I go to the grocery store, and later I get that money back in terms of cash back, right? I still want to capture that spend at the grocery store. So that goes into my income statement. And then cash back is tracked separately. That comes into my cash flow statement, right? So the point is not to like go crazy with spending and cash back and think, oh, I got all this free money, right? I'm just going to go spend a bunch of stuff. You still want to capture what you spend. So even if you go on a spending spree, you want to capture that in your mirror. Okay? So this was a groceries purchase. Okay, there we go. And this again was a redemption credit. So that is cash back. Nice. Okay, this is a payment. There's a linked payment transaction. This is Progress Hardware. Okay, this is a reimbursable expense. This is for work. And we see we have 6 more to do, right? So these are all, oh, so there's a redemption credit for that. It did it automatically. Good job, YNAB. Sometimes when it does it automatically, it works well, but other times it doesn't. So these are all categories of, well, they're all transfers to the reimbursable expense category. Oh, okay, it did it for me. Cool. Right on. All right, now we go into the Chase Amazon account. We have 2 transactions here, and these are both transfers of reimbursable expenses. This was an Amazon purchase. This was a FedEx purchase. All right, I'll go into the Freedom one or the Sapphire Reserve here real quick. I'm just going to add this as a memo. Can I do this? Edit? Oh, I can't. All right. All right, just doing a little bit of catch up here. So in the reimbursable expenses, these are all just linked transactions, so I'm going to approve them all. And that should be good. That should be good. All right, so now we got everything categorized. We are ready to go and do the income statement now. So let's jump over to the income statement and get that done. So for the income statement here, I've already gotten my salary and the taxes that I paid from my pay stub. So we're going to just do the rest of this stuff. Okay. So we're looking at August, and that number should align with there. And that's exactly what happened. Okay, so we're looking at some categories. We want to look at all of them like that. All right. And we didn't get any interest this month. We didn't get any interest this month. We got interest in July, but we didn't get any interest for August. That is strange. Or did we? So it turns out there were some transactions on the 31st that YNAB had not yet imported. So I'm going ahead and just re-adding my account here to see if that is going to fix the issue. But YNAB's been having problems recently. It's been having some issues. I don't know what's going on. Enjoy the music while we wait. All right, I had it fixed long ago, but I wanted the song to just run through. You can't interrupt a song like that. You just can't. All right, so I had to relink this, remove the connection, and re-add it, and do the whole text verification and everything all over again. I guess I'm going to have to do that from now on because this thing is having issues. It's having issues. So I got the payment, right? The $600 payment to this card. That got in there. Got the interest, right? The interest that we were looking for. Okay. And the ATM fee rebate. So Schwab is really cool because they refund all ATM fees. So I use the ATM fee one, or the ATM one time, and you know how they charge money? If it's an out-of-network ATM fee, Schwab refunds all the fees. So this is cash back to me. All right, and then we got 2 transactions for September that are here, and they're auto-categorized, so we'll just go ahead and approve those, and then we'll be good. All right, so now we can finally go and do the, what's it called? The income statement, right? And we can do it for August. Now it should be correct, right? Interest paid. There we go. There's the interest paid. Right on. Okay, and so for the expenses, pretty straightforward again. Dining out, very low. I guess that was just one In-N-Out milkshake that I went and bought. So these got to be renamed here. And 0 other is 1518. And here we have this renamed as transport. And transport has 70.98 in it. Okay, and this we have renamed as, oh no, this we have renamed as fees. And fees has 678 in it. So let's pull this over, see what we've got. 2540. We can do a verification of this real quick. So it's a little bit higher than what we're supposed to have. So let's go through it one more time. 1100, 123, 216, 136, 225, 3, 7098, 15, and 648. So what is going on? This is too high. Why is it so high? Oh, transport is negative. That's why. That makes sense. This is a negative number here. All right, so now that lines up pretty nicely. Perfectly, actually. Now we can do the cash flow statement. So cash flow statement, we get net income from above, same as from the right. We just pull it over. So liquidations. I sold the car, and I guess I sold something else, but that's what it is, 2304, which is a nice inflow. Okay, cash back. We have quite a bit of cash back, which is nice. And then I'm going to add in here gifts, because we had some gifts this month as well. 701 for the gifts. All right, so new debt. This is where we're going to go back into the budget and categorize all of the, or not categorize, but budget for the amount of cash spending that we have for each transaction, right? So same as before, cash spending. This health cash spending is 0, all on credit. Groceries cash spending is 12230. Insurance cash spending, all of it is cash spending. Subscriptions cash spending 0. Dining out cash spending is 3. Transport, we're gonna make this negative 75.98. Okay, and then there's $5 worth of credit spending. And other, what do we got? Cash spending, all of it. Fees, no cash spending, all on credit. All right, so the number that we're looking for is new debt here. And new debt is the sum of the amount that we put on credit. So the total available column, this is the number that we're looking for, 1097.27. That's the new debt. Now we're going to look at debt payments. And oh boy, are they going to be high. This is the number that we want. Whoops. This is the number that we want. This is all the payments that we made into debt this month. So there's the $600 we paid into the Amex Surpass account to pay that down quickly. The amount of payments that I made into Chase SR, right? The that payment plus the monthly, the balance transfer as well. Actually, that was a transfer, not exactly a payment though. and the payment that I made, the minimum payment I made in the beginning of the month, that all counts into there. And then the rest of it is just paying off the balance in the standard way from auto-pay. So that's the number that we're looking for, 5680.81. Oh boy. All right, so now we have money transfers from saving and to investing. Now I haven't made any transfers to saving, I don't believe. Yep, and I've made no transfers into investing. Oh, you can't really see that, huh? Yeah, okay. So those numbers are both 0. So we're gonna see if I want to do anything like that for next month. Oh, this should be a negative number. New debt, cash back, liquidations, savings. Okay. All right. So net cash flow is still negative. So technically this means that I don't really have any money for transfers into savings or into investing. So these are both going to be 0 for this month. Now, if we take a quick look at the savings ledger before we go into the balance sheet, I've just been kind of like adding in things here as I think of them. Like I want to do some investment into my company, so I put this as an item here, and I want to invest $2,000 into it. So I also want to get a bike, so that's another item that I put onto here. So this is supposed to be, we're going to talk about like priority lists later on and stuff, but for now I'm just using this as a kind of a smorgasbord for all kinds of stuff that I want. So let's do the balance sheet. The balance sheet should be pretty simple, straightforward. So the date today is September 3rd. I mean, September 2nd. And we're just going to go down this list and enter in the numbers that I see here. All right? Super easy. So September net worth has probably had the biggest jump than it ever had before. It's about 3,000 in the positive direction. And assets are higher than they were before, mainly made up by what I got in my savings account or for the emergency fund there, and then the cash that I got. So there's more money to be deployed. Like I can deploy this money faster into the debt if I so wanted to. But now all my debt is on the Discover IT card. And one thing that we got to do is update the Debt Snowball. The last thing that I did here was update the balance transfer, right? So in August, I did the balance transfer, which decreased the balance. Essentially, it was a payment into the Chase Sapphire Reserve card of, the amount of the balance that moved to here. And this is the money that I transferred over plus the 5% fee that I got. So that's the balance, starting balance of the Discover IT 5% card. Interest rate is going to be 0 until September 2021. Until here, right? All right. So the other thing that I did, right, is remember in, if we go back and look here, was to make a big payment. 2714.11. So I'm going to add this in here. And that makes this go away. It's all done. It's literally all done right now. And this is gone, right? And remember we went and changed that to payment of statement balance. So that's all good and set. And this one we're still paying off. And then as soon as this one gets paid off, then, well, okay, so I kind of broke the sheet here a little bit. I broke the sheet because this is taking only the amounts that I paid from over here, right? It's not looking over there anymore. So maybe can I just adjust it? Is that possible? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now it's working. I fixed the sheet. Okay. So now it's not worrying about this one. It's only worrying about this one over here. All right. So that's pretty cool, guys. My debt-free date has decreased now by 2 months. So we're going to put like another one. See, this is where it started, November 2022. And it's already been cut by over a year. All right. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's what happens when you start paying down debt. You find ways to make things go faster. You optimize the cash that you already have, and it just goes away. It goes away a lot quicker than you think. It goes away a lot quicker than you think. So the way that I'm going to think about paying this off, right? This is kind of like a little bit of a teaser, but since the interest rate is 0, here I am going to pay the amount that will make this balance go to 0 here, basically. And I think that's pretty much what's going to happen, right? So I'm not really going to focus on paying it down quickly or anything like that. I'm just going to pay it so that it goes down to 0 here, because that's when I start getting charged, interest. But the nice thing that's going to be with that is that I'm just going to turn it on, and I'm not going to worry about it, and it's eventually going to go away all to 0. All right, so that's going to be what I'm going to do. So that's it. That's it for today, guys. That's it for this video. I have it. So this took a while. It was 40 minutes. It's listed as 40 minutes on my counter here. But hopefully I'm going to be able to edit out a lot of this stuff. So it's not actually 40 minutes when I upload it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.